Welcome back to Stugotz and Company, presented by FanDuel and the FanDuel Sportsbook. Taylor, hockey, it gets underway tonight. And really the voice of hockey, Steve Levy, in my mind at least. He's with ESPN. He's a buddy. He joins us here on a very busy day for him, calling the Ranger game tonight. How are you, Steve?
I'm good. I guess we got a better chance to talk about the Winnipeg Jets than the New York Jets here in these next few minutes here.
What would I have to say about the New York Jets? What would you have to say about the New York Jets?
I am harboring like real guilt as a parent. Like my son is distraught, like near tears. I've wrecked the kid. I've wrecked him. And it's my fault. Who else can I blame? You know, we live in Connecticut, which is New England, and it now looks like the Patriots have reloaded.
Right.
You know, he's the only kid wearing a Jet shirt or hat, and they're not even close to winning, right? I don't want to hijack the show here, but they're not even close to being victorious once. It's not even, the Steelers game, the opener, got beaten on a 60-yard field goal and all.
Yes.
Actually brought them to that game. And so.
Yes. Right,
it's been a mess. So
at least he saw Aaron Rodgers finally have the game that we all wanted him to have. He was just wearing the wrong jersey. I mean,
so bad, man. He's laughing his ass off too, isn't he? He is laughing his ass off too.
Of course he is.
Steve, is there a chance Aaron Glenn doesn't come back for a second year?
Oh, Jesus.
Listen, he might not want to, right?
Right. Yes.
That might be his call.
Yeah, right.
He was living the life in Detroit, right? They win every game. Everything's beautiful, great. Dan Campbell smacking my butt. We're doing great things here. And I don't know. Listen, I understand the, upward mobility and everybody wants to be the man and have, be the head coach and all that. And, you got to be careful what job you take.
Yes.
Right? Because you only get a couple cracks at these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got his crack, and it's just, again, they look so far from respectable. It's just so odd. Everybody, it's cyclical, right? Look at the Jaguars. They're
yes.
Power,
right. Everyone stumbles into good occasionally, right?
Right. And really, like Drake, man, again, I harp on the region because we're so close, right? And the Giants have Jax Dart. Looks like he'll be okay, and they're going to take a next step. And the Jets just step in it. They don't step forward,
Right, yes. But you know what would happen if they drafted Drake May? He'd be out of the league already. I mean,
right. And Darnold's ridiculous, setting the world on fire in Seattle, 300 yards every week, right?
Yes.
It's just,
yeah.
Is what it is.
Does your son harbor any resentment towards you for this? I mean,
a couple of years ago, again, he's 13 now. It was really cute. He's like, Dad, I'll give him one more year. And I'm like, listen, I respect that. But I've said to him this season, hey, buddy, look, we can pick another team if you want. Like, they're on the verge of falling off the face of the league, right?
Yes.
And for the fan base, what happens after you get so angry so often is you stop caring. And that's what's even worse.
Yes.
I think about the poor people who sell like Jet season tickets and suites and stuff. Like, people must be dumping that stuff. Who wants to buy those tickets?
Right.
Fair point. So.
Steve, I'm glad you brought up switching teams because you appeared as yourself in the 2005 movie Fever Pitch alongside Jimmy Fallon.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, he grew up a Mets fan. He plays a Red Sox fan in a movie, but now he's trying to become like a Yankee super fan. Any problem there with Jimmy Fallon's fandom?
Taylor, the movie is Hollywood, okay? That stuff really doesn't happen, okay? That's all fake, man. That's movie business. Actually, the scene I shoot, I'm at fake spring training, which is supposed to be Fort Myers for the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
We actually shot that in Toronto, so I don't want to burst your bubble there either, Taylor. I wasn't really at spring training, okay? So that's Hollywood magic. No, I don't care. Fallon's a great dude. He was great to me on the set. I was in the scene with him, and it was so much fun doing that. And that's a really good movie, by the way. Like, I've been in a lot of movies, not all of them really good. I always play myself. I can't get a sex scene. I've always tried, hey, can there be some nudity? Can I have a cop chase, Can I be in prison? Can I have something edgy? I always played me as a sportscaster. That's terrible. Like, at least Adam Sandler lets Dan Patrick, put on a mustache,
right?
Play a different role in some movies. Like,
yes,
I want to be somebody else, man.
Right. You want to have sex, right?
A little nudity, just frontal maybe, I promised my mom no nudity, but I'd take my shirt off. I'll work out a couple days in advance.
Right. Be ripped, of course. Your son won't have any resentment towards you then.
My poor son on that, too. Then he's got to live with that also. My dad's, anyway.
Tell your son that Buffalo's in New York if he wants to go that route. I mean,
I take him to a conference, not the conference championship, I take him to a divisional playoff game every year. He loves the NFL.
Right.
Happens to work out great. I get a break in my schedule for his birthday trip. We go to a different NFL divisional playoff game because it's that weekend every year. We went to Buffalo last year, and he did love it.
Nice.
We went to Detroit the year before. Like, he went to Philadelphia the year before that. He learned some new words in the crowd in Philadelphia and on the train there to and from. That was the link there. That was a good experience for a 10-year-old at the time.
Right.
But if Buffalo wasn't in the same division, I might be able to sway him a little bit, but that would be hard to be, play a Jets.
So I've done the same to my daughters. I have forced Jet fandom upon them. My daughter recently said to me, Rachel did. She said, "Dad, had you steered us towards the Giants, we would have won 4 Super Bowls."
I know. And then the Mets thing too this year.
Oh, they hate it. Yeah.
Really into the Mets every single game. The collapse and just it's so bad in my house. But and listen, I feel guilt. I feel terrible. It's my fault. Who am I going to blame? Yeah. My other 2 kids really don't care, So like one kid who's like trying to follow in my footsteps, who's really into it, and what am I gonna do? So parenting 101. Yeah.
Steve, you were in Philadelphia this past weekend on the ESPN radio call of Broncos Eagles. I'm curious, what's it like being in Philadelphia with Sal Pal? Because I have to imagine that's like a dream scenario.
No one fucks with you, right?
He's God. He's the Godfather.
Yes.
He does not need a credential. It's funny now. The NFL has really stepped up their security. They have like facial recognition now everywhere you go. Like you can't sneak a buddy in anymore. That's not happening. You got to stop, stare at this machine. It holds for a second, then it gives you a green check mark and all that. Not Sal. He's Sal Palantonio. He walks right through. He stops other people. They don't stop him.
Right. Hey, Sal's like, hey, is that guy supposed to be here?
And so doing my prep for the Eagles game on Sunday, I went to the bank, Citizens Bank on Saturday night to the playoff game, the Dodgers-Phillies, and so they blew a big lead there. Like it was a really rough weekend in Philadelphia for those fans, and they're passionate, man. They care about their squads, and that's great.
Yep. But hey, hockey's starting.
Yeah, hockey. Yep.
On a positive note, what's it feel like for Steve Levy to wake up the morning the hockey season starts? You're excited as ever, right?
Yeah, no, it's great. It feels like the off season is really long. It probably doesn't feel that way for the Oilers and the Panthers because they keep playing in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
But it's great. Is there that renewed energy? It's the whole 0-0 in the standings, and hockey. Hockey's not like baseball where there's probably 6 teams or 8 teams who have a chance on opening day to go on and win. I feel like hockey's number is bigger. It's certainly not every team, but it might be. Might be half. Half the teams might have a legit. In the NBA, how many teams can really win the NBA title? But not that many.
Right.
NFL probably a little bit more. Maybe it's 8. I feel like hockey has a bigger number, and that energizes those fan bases. Maybe half the teams in hockey really have the legitimate, and that's because the single key position is the goalie, and a goalie who can get hot once you get into the playoffs can make all the difference. But to me, the regular season is great for a lot of the teams, but for some of them, it's kind of meaningless. Like Toronto Maple Leafs, what are we going to learn about them in the regular season?
Right.
Florida Panthers even also, right? So Barkov, forget about maybe till the postseason, we hope. Kachuk, that doesn't matter. You're Florida, you just get in. You're Toronto, you just get in, and they're going to get in. And then what are you going to show me? Right. I don't think we're not going to learn anything about those kind of teams in this regular season.
The injuries to Kachuk and Barkov are significant. So I'm wondering, with those injuries, are the Panthers still the team to beat here?
I trust Bill Zito, man. He's the GM of the year. Yeah. Every year, he seems to find a way. Honestly, I think there is a positive here in that, and again, that's a different injury.
Yes.
But like Kachuk, whenever he comes back, he's going to have, 3 months less on the odometer. He'll be fresher in his style come the playoffs. That kind of mileage is so important for the grind there. And so, the Barkov thing, he's such an underrated player still. It's amazing he could still be underrated. I was talking to somebody, TJ Oshie, who joined our club now at ESPN. We're really excited to have him.
Yes.
Barkov could walk down the street in Manhattan, nobody would know who he is, right?
Crazy.
I mean, maybe
you do the same in Sunrise, by the way.
Yeah,
for
right. Is there a street in Sunrise you can walk down? Because it's not by
Flamingo.
Not by the arena.
Flamingo Boulevard. Yes.
I think we do that joke every year. But, and it's kind of like Kopitar in Los Angeles. I mean, they're very similar, underrated players, and Kopitar is going to hang them up. And I think the Kings will have a nice season out there. But, the fact that Barkov is such an X factor. But listen, they're going to be good without him even. And if they get him back at the right time and he gets on the ice enough to get going, they've got the goalie still, and those kind of pieces are there, and obviously the coach too.
On FanDuel, the Panthers have the best odds to win the Stanley Cup at plus 800, and they're actually tied with the Edmonton Oilers. And Steve, that was going to be my question. Does this feel like a now or never year for Connor McDavid on the Oilers for the Oilers to win?
Yeah, this or next, right? Because he signed the 2-year deal,
right?
and that's it, and that's it, and at a lower price, right? At a cap-friendly, team-friendly, hometown discount deal. Did not go the Kaprizov route. And I don't know, there's a bullseye on the Minnesota Wild now. And Wild were a nice, sleepy little team in St. Paul. Nobody worries about them. Well, now people are going to worry about them. They have to win, right? There's pressure there. So I think for Edmonton, it is the clock is on for, as you said, and you worded it perfectly, Taylor, McDavid on the Oilers. That clock is ticking away. And yeah, it's just tough, man. They keep running up against it. But they'll be motivated again. That team is really good again. That's another team. Like, what are we going to learn about the Oilers that we don't already know in the regular season? Like,
they're good.
Are they show us, right? It's the only thing that matters is the end of April, that start of end of April, and trying to stay injury free really down the stretch.
For Connor McDavid, it might just be a case of like MJ in the 90s. Like, you just keep running into this buzzsaw Panther team. Maybe he has to go the Kevin Durant route.
Well, no, you mean it's like Barkley and Karl Malone and Stockton and Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, all the guys who didn't win championships because Jordan was playing.
And Ewing and the Knicks running into the Bulls in the East every year. Like we lived through that too. You think you have a great team and you just can't get past that one thing. And this is different because this is in the Cup final.
Right.
It's so rare to repeat and then to try to go 3 in a row. And we'll talk about that on the show tonight. Mess won, obviously, all the cups, but he had a chance to three-peat twice.
Yes.
Failed with the Oilers.
After they broke the Islanders 4-peat, right.
Yeah, they won 2 in a row.
Yes.
They lost to Calgary one of those years going for the three-peat, and that was the famous Steve Smith goal. Hey, kids, look it up, Google it. He puts it in his own net. Like, that was a great opportunity there. And so we'll get into some of that, too. But in the salary cap era, where if you have a great season, that means players have great seasons. That means they all want to get paid. And Zito's been unbelievable how he's kept these guys around. And again, that's why, for me, he's executive of the year every year.
If McDavid joined the Panthers, would you look at him differently?
Yes.
No, but it wouldn't be as good a story. And by the way, it's not just Florida. If he went to the Rangers or Toronto, I don't think that narrative changes. It's the Kevin Durant thing. And I think it loses a little bit of something when you leave, the team, because he's been so close, right? And it would be such a great story. And I'm a guy, I root for the little guy, and the little guy in this case kind of is Canada. They haven't won that Stanley Cup since 1993, since Barry Melrose was still coaching. Like, think about that.
Wow. Canada hates South Florida, right? They do. They have to, right? I mean,
except they vacation there.
We don't deserve this.
There a lot, don't they? They come down and spend a lot of money down there.
They all live in Hollywood Beach.
Right. So you wonder why the Panthers games are all sold out. It's when the Canadian teams all come down there. No, crowds have been better now. I'll take it easy on the crowds.
Well, they better be. They've won back-to-back cups.
They're not tarping the upper deck anymore, right, Stugotz? No.
It reminds me of this Panther team because it's not really a Miami team, the Islanders in the 80s, right? It's the Islanders of this team that's out in Long Island. They're not in New York City. They're not the Knicks. They're not the Yankees. They're not the best. That's what the Panthers feel like, this little team in Broward County playing in a city that no one's ever been to or heard of. And it kind of feels like the New York Islanders of the 80s, this Panther squad.
That's a great comparison. Yeah. And the other way, the add-on to that is, and Florida, like those Islander teams, can play whatever style you want to play. Like, my 4 years in high school on the island were those 4 years the Islanders won the Cups.
The greatest, right? Yes.
And I was the only Ranger fan in my high school, of course, at a Carol Vadnais jersey. Hey, kids, look that up too. So anyway, but Florida can play at any style too, right? They can do the rough stuff. They have the skill. They have the finesse. They've got the coach too. Big Paul Maurice fan. He's so media savvy. I enjoy everything he does. They've got the clutch goaltender and all that stuff. That's a great comp, though. They're the kid brother, and yet the kid brother keeps beating up on everybody else. It's really a remarkable story. And so keep sleeping on Florida while all the Panthers do is win championships. And that was sort of the slogan on their ring that they handed out, right? We apologize to no one, right? That's kind of a great thing. So I like that slogan.
Taylor thinks, and I'm interested if you agree with him on this. We were discussing it earlier. If you're a Ranger and a Yankee fan, and you go to the Rangers game tonight, and you don't sit in a suite, you don't really love the Yankees. What do you think?
An elimination game, it's tough. But our executives, you should have seen their shoulders drop when Fox announced they're putting the Yankees on at 8 p.m. tonight, like right up against. Like, we don't get a lot of Ranger games, right? The Garden opening night, 100th year, Messier, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so set up for an awesome night. Sullivan, Crosby, Penguins, and and then the Yankees are playing the exact same time. So,
sorry, Steve.
Yeah, so that might cut into our numbers. We'll probably lose a percentage or two tonight. But we'll see. Listen, if you're really a Yankee fan, man, you got plenty of time to watch the Rangers. This is game one of 82, and so the Yanks facing elimination night. They're up against it, too. The Blue Jays are good.
Yep. Well, the Blue Jays, listen, Canada deserves baseball. We took hockey from them. So,
Right.
Your Mount Rushmore of New York Rangers before we let you go. Now, are you a Ranger or an Islander fan?
Rangers. Grew up diehard Rangers.
Okay, good. All right, so you chose wisely there.
Drank out of the cup there, too. Right. What do you mean I chose wisely? They've been awful. What do you mean?
No, but I mean, since your son was born, no, they haven't won a cup since your son was born, the Rangers. Have they?
No. They went to the final one time, but, Right. I could have gone to all the Islander games again, lived 10 minutes from the Coliseum, could have seen tickets. No, I got to get on the Long Island Railroad, go meet my dad, Circus, a hot dog, go upstairs, Penn Station, craziness. But I love the whole thing. I love the Garden, something about the roof in the building, as you know.
Yeah.
So are you on Mount Rushmore of Rangers?
Yeah, Mount Rushmore of New York Rangers. I'm interested in who would you put on the Mount Rushmore? Because Taylor and I have our Mount Rushmore, so I want to hear Steve Lee.
And Greeny's book the premise was Mount Rushmores of every team, so you could include executives and broadcasters if you want.
Interesting.
I'm not that. Weak. I'm a broadcaster. I'm not that guy. And I don't want to. It's unfair because a lot of people haven't seen the older players. Like, you could make the argument for Eddie Jockerman. You know what I mean? On the Mount Rushmore for Rangers. Messier's a given. I think you have to go Leach too.
Yep.
And then you probably dip into Jean Rattel, is it Rod Gilbert? Rod Gilbert probably has to be there. So let's go those three: Gilbert, Messier, Leach. And for my fourth,
wow.
Am I missing somebody obvious for you guys? Like,
is there Ron Duguay? I mean, Esposito.
No, not Dukes. All due respect, not Mike McEwen.
They're goalie, Lundqvist.
To me, Jockerman, was the Ranger kind of thing. Brad Park was great. Park's jersey, I think, is finally getting retired this season. I feel like
Kreider needed a win in the playoffs more.
I can't go Kreider. Again, and that's why it's a great question, because it's only 4 slots, right? That's the thing. Leach, Jockerman, Rattel, Barry Beck. Can we put Beck on there? No, but they didn't really win there too. So who was yours? I'm curious. Now you got it. Do you have it handy?
Yes, I had the same 3 as you, but I went with Lundqvist.
That's why I had to.
Yeah, because you're a 15-year-old. That's why, Stugotz, okay? How about somebody, where's the gag line out there? You got to have Rod Gilbert on it, too, so.
Sam Rosen?
I said I put Rod on there. I have Rod, Messier, Leach, and I went Lundqvist.
Lundqvist, yeah.
I had Sam Rosen.
You had Sam Rosen, the voice of the team. Got it. For the Cubs,
his dad cuts his hair
on there, too, right?
The real story is Dad cut Sam Rosen's hair. I mean, yes.
Recently or just
No, always.
I don't believe he's come to the shop in a while.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a real thing.
Had a salon in New City.
Pretty good claim to fame right there.
Yeah, Sam Rosen's hair. I got it.
Did he save any? Did you save any locks? You put it in a baggie or something?
No, that would have been a good idea. We could have found a secondary market for that.
Yeah, you could. I trained him well.
Creepy. Good job, buddy. Yeah.
We should have asked him Mount Rushmore of Jets. He'd still be thinking about it. Good luck coming up with 4.
It's tough, man. Weeb Eubank. Yeah.
Don't put Namath on there. He's overrated. You know that. Okay.
Tough Super Bowl. I know. Tough Super Bowl.
Yes, it was. Listen, enjoy the hockey season. He's on the call tonight at ESPN. He has the Rangers game going up against the Yankees and Blue Jays.
Not real. By the way, not really. I'm in the studio, bud. I'm in the studio.
Oh, you're in the studio. Okay.
Yeah. It's a big game. Sean will do it tonight. Yeah, it's a big game. Yeah.
Oh, because it's a big game? I mean,
I'll be on Plus on a Tuesday in Winnipeg.
Sean McDonough.
Yeah. With Ferraro and the A crew from the Garden tonight. Should be great.
Right. But you're excited, man. It's hockey season.
I'm excited. The games are great. The athletes are great. They're great to deal with, as you guys know. And it's it's a sport filled with good people, and they play a great game, and I just hope they get enough national attention. We've got the Cup this year.
Yep.
Cup's on ABC this year,
awesome.
so we're really excited. Stanley Cup season for us, too.
All right. You're on my Mount Rushmore of hockey broadcasters, so you know. It's you, Doc Emmerich, and a couple other guys.
Not just broadcasters? Why do you got to qualify it?
I'm sorry, just hockey? Like,
not your top 4 all time?
You are. For me, you are.
All right, thanks, bud. I appreciate you.
You got it, man. We appreciate the time. I know it's a busy time for you, so enjoy the hockey season. We'll talk again soon, and tell your son we all apologize. We all feel it. We feel terrible for him, and he has a terrible dad.
I'll tell him. I'm going to play him this clip too. You guys have a good day. Enjoy the pucks tonight, fellas. Be well.
All right, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.